There's been some change in the rankings because there has been some changes in the NFL. There's a big weekend coming up next week in the NFL, a weekend that should sort out these top 10s much clearer. But here's where we stand today. Coming in at number 10, it is the Dallas Cowboys, narrowly edging out the Los Angeles Rams, who are on bye week. Both teams have something to prove. Both teams have earned doubts, the Cowboys and the Rams. I think the Cowboys' ceiling is still there. I actually believe this can be not just a good team, but a great team. But what the Cowboys have to be able to prove is the ability to be consistent. And they haven't. I attribute that to coaching. And we will find out just next week how good those Dallas Cowboys are, because they take on the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. At number 9, the Houston Texans. It was a London game. Not many of us saw it, but it was a handling of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 26-3. Hey, speaking of London, speaking of the Texans and Jags in London, there's been some talk that the Chargers should leave Los Angeles. It's a failed experiment. They should move to London. Here's my question for you, 888-729-3776. If you were moving the Chargers, if you were moving an NFL franchise, any of them, would London be your first choice? Where should the Chargers move? 888-729-3776. I'll give you my destinations for the Chargers a little bit later here on the Will Cain Show. At number 8, the Minnesota Vikings. Big game next week against the Cowboys. We'll see how good these two teams really are. At number 7, the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson pulls it out, but playing a close game, I'm talking about an overtime game. A real nail-biter with the Buccaneers. Speaking of insecurity, isn't something that gives you confidence in the Seahawks. At number 6, the Green Bay Packers got a lesson in humility. That according to their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. They took a big L to those Chargers I was just talking about. And honestly, it was domination from start to finish. The Packers just got handled by the Chargers. At number 5, the Kansas City Chiefs. And we need to recognize how impressive it is for Andy Reid to keep winning with Matt Moore. It was a tight game, a shootout, blow for blow against the Packers, and now a big win this weekend for the Chiefs against the Vikings, a quality opponent. At number 4, falling to its lowest point to this point in the season, in Will Cain's top 10 in the NFL, it's the New England Patriots. I told you yesterday, don't sell on the Patriots. Don't sell your stock. I don't think dropping them to number 4 is me doing that. By the end of the season, I expect the Patriots to be in the Final Four, the Final 4 teams in the NFL. I'm not selling my stock on them, but you lose right now, you gotta drop. At number 3, the team that just beat them, the Baltimore Ravens. What I like about the Ravens right now is they are forcing other franchises to respond to them. They're not chasing anybody. They're not looking at somebody else's model and going, we're going to do that. You know that's the plague of the NFL. Oh, so-and-so just won the Super Bowl. Let's see if we can copy their model. That's not what Baltimore's doing. They're doing their own thing. 3 tight ends, big-time rushing attack, a quarterback that's an enigma for the rest of the league right now. How do you stop Lamar Jackson? Well, right now the answer is you don't really. The Ravens will be everyone else's model if they can see this thing through to conclusion. Everybody will be asking, how do they find their Lamar Jackson? Is Jalen Hurts the next Lamar Jackson? How do we copy the Ravens? I just love that they're blazing their own trail. At number 2, the only undefeated team left, the San Francisco 49ers. This team is good. Do I write that correctly? Is it 49 ERS or is it 49 apostrophe RS? I'm sure I'm writing that one right up on the board. Would be embarrassing if I got that wrong. Good team. Still have doubts about Jimmy G. I'm sorry. Great rushing attack, great defense. Still don't know if, for example, Jimmy G can carry the Niners over my number 1 team in the league, and that is the New Orleans Saints. With Drew Brees back, with that defense, again, with that rushing attack, I think the New Orleans Saints are the best team in the league right now. And by the way, speaking of the 49ers, improvement games next weekend, it's 49ers Seahawks next week on Monday Night Football. We'll see how good both those teams are when they face off against each other.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.